Guys, this is story time of how I almost got kidnapped by my best friend, which is very weird because my friend, he was very nice and gentle and stuff. So honestly, I don't understand why he'd want to try to do that. But it all started when me and him got into an argument because we was in class and I accidentally took his computer and he took my computer, which I don't know how that was even. I don't know how that even happened, but it was just a coincidence. So after that, oh my god. After that, I ended I ended up getting mad at him because I ended up saying that he was cheating on the test. So I told him I was going to tell the teacher, but of course he told me he was sorry and he would never do it again. And of course I believed him because why wouldn't I believe him? So it was the next day and he told me could he borrow my computer, and I said why. He said because he needed it for homework, which I didn't believe him, but I still let him use it. So he borrowed my computer and I don't know what he was doing, but it was just weird. And the next day he was acting weird, very weird. He kept on saying how I don't know, messing up something on the computer and he didn't like it, so meet him at the back of the school so he can fix it. I didn't, honestly. Wait, what am I supposed to do on this? Anyways, I honestly didn't know what was going on. So I said, okay, I'll meet you in the back of the school. And, well, what do you know? It was a black car outside, and his friends were outside, and I was like, oh, hey. And they was acting, what do you want? They was acting pretty strange, if you ask me. So I asked them what was the problem, and they said, oh, nothing, we're just here for the computer. And I was like, okay. And I was like, come on, what are you doing? And I was also like, well, why are all your friends here? And he said, why not? And I said, because you're just here for the computer, right? And then he grabbed my computer out of my hand and then grabbed my arm, and I was like, what are you doing? He was like, look, you see, I've been doing things on this computer. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah, you don't care? And I was like, no. And he was like, leave him alone. Now he was like, hey, he closed the door and he knew Piggy was coming. There was nowhere. Anyways, he was like, I don't want you to tell what's gonna happen. I was like, what do you mean? And then he grabbed my hand. His friends tried to throw me in the car, but I ended up kicking one of them in the leg, and I kicked the other dude in his stomach, and the other dude in his private area. And then I told him to unhand me, and he did. And he said, what are you doing? I told him, don't ever touch me like that again or else. And of course he tried to grab me and throw me in the car, but I punched him and I ran. And he told his friends to come get me. And then I dialed 911, and well, the cops were there as soon as in less than 5 or 10 minutes, because the cops, they lived by my house. So that was good enough. Plus I was by my house. So his friends ended up telling me to come here, and I kept running, just didn't care about anything. And well, they was acting weird. What? They was why? Okay. They was acting like nothing happened. So of course I told the cops that they tried to kidnap me, and the cops didn't believe me. And the whole time, well, I was actually recording because my friends, when I got off the phone, I should have told you that, but my friends, I was talking to my friends on the phone. She said, record the day you've had. She said half. And I said, okay. And I ended up recording. So he said, do you have any proof? I looked on my phone, and then I noticed that, well, what do you look? I see on the recording, and I see I see the video that just went down, and I see him grabbing me. So I tell the police to look at the Stop running. I told the police to look at the video, and they looked at it and saw all of the people trying to throw me in the car, and they saw me, down on one of the stuff and blah blah blah. So after that happens, they ask him how old he is, and he says because he's 14, and at that time I was no, he was sorry, he was 13 and I was 10. Yeah, 10. 10-year-old doing that. And at that time, I was really not in the mood. How did I not? Okay. And so they asked him. He acted like he was my age. And then I told them that he was 12. They said, you're going to go to juvie. And I was like, he deserves to go to real jail. Why would he even try to do that? And the police were like, girl, shush. And I was like, okay, I'm the victim here. So then after that, the police ended up putting all three of them in the car, but left the other dude because unfortunately he ran because he knew I was gonna call the police. So I told him that he asked me, was there anything else? And I said yes, there was another dude. I don't remember his name, but let's just call him Diego. Diego, I hated him. He was always mean to me and tried to bully me, but never got the best of me because I'm not that type of girl. You bully me, you think you're gonna... Why do I keep dying? Anyways, you bully me, oh my god. You think you can bully me, but nothing is really, bad about that because all he do, if he's bullying me, he just talks about me and say how I dress. But you gotta admit, my dressing be on fire. Oh dang it, I thought I had made that. Why do I keep jumping? Oops. I'm just gonna die. Okay, I don't know why I keep jumping. My jump button is messed up, so I'm just gonna boop. Okay, yeah, my jump button is messed up. Stop jumping. Okay, you know what? Anyways, hold on. Anyways, I had to skip a stage. So I told them about the guy and what he looked like at the time when that scene happened. They said they recognized the dude because there was some people that were there and they were like witnesses. So they told them what he looked like and what he was doing and where he ran and everything. So I was just sitting there dead confused because I was the person that was hurt and I could have died. So because they were really aggressive and I didn't know what they would have did to me once they got wherever they was. Anyways, I was just sitting there talking to the police and they told me to call my mom. I said, okay. I called her and when they get here, the police tell my mom that that dude that ran was a rapist. So of course I felt like I was just gonna die. So at that moment I was acting overly dramatic, screaming, "Oh my god, I could have died!" Blah blah blah. So at the time, I went home and my mom told me, was I okay? Did they do anything to me? Did they blah blah blah? I just told them all they did was try to throw me in a car, which was unsuccessful, as you can see right now, because I'm still living or still doing what I'm doing now. And as you people, sorry, that was an accident. As you all know, he tried in the beginning. He tried to throw me in a car, but didn't succeed, and he got away. Well, a week later, they ended up letting him out. They let them out of prison, and they came after me again. I felt threatened, so when I saw them walking up to me in the same black car, I of course ran because I didn't want them to do whatever they were gonna try to do again. So, am I going backwards? Anyways, so I called my mom and told them they were let out of prison, and she was just like, what? So I told them that they were just which way am I? Oh, it's this way now. I told them that they were let out of prison and I think they were coming for me again. So, of course, I was still running while on the phone, and a dude from in front of me just stood right in front of me, and I was like, what do you want? So I told my mom to hold on, and she was like, I'm going backwards. So she was like, what's going on? And I told her there was this man just standing in front of me, staring at me. So I asked him what did he want, and he said he wanted me. So of course I looked confused. So I asked him to back up, and he backed up. He said he was there for no harm. He said he was like a detective or something like that. I told him I was 10, and he said, I know, but you're smart and you're blah blah blah. So of course I went with him, and I was just sitting there, and I told me to call my mom, and of course she's the one that set it up. And she asked me, was it a detective? I told her yes, because it was a detective. And then she told me she was going to be there in a minute. I told her okay. And then all of a sudden, well, what do you know who's at the window behind him? I can't see. The three dudes that tried to kidnap me. They started banging on the window, and the detective ended up breaking the window and grabbed them through the window and sat them in a chair and told them they were going to get arrested if they try to commit or do anything to me. So of course I felt protected and everything, and I don't even know how he did that, but it was pretty amazing if you were there to see. So of course I left the place crying because my dad was in this. Yep. Well, what do you know? Who? Yeah. My freaking cousin's dad was in this, and he was the most sweetest person ever, and he was seriously in this. Like, my cousin's dad, well, she's like my god cousin. Wait. Okay, I was gonna be like, and she would never. She always, if I always knew something was weird about him, because every time I'd come through the door, he'd give me a hug and try and kiss me on my cheek. And I told him, nah, you ain't finna do that. So I never gave him a hug. I never gave him a kiss. I just said hi. And of course, his daughter looked like she was gonna beat him up, because she was like, why are you doing that? And I told him it's fine. He always do it anyway, no harm. So of course she looks at me like I'm crazy, and I was like, you shouldn't do that. And I was just like, it's fine. And her name was Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, she was really a good friend, and I kind of admired her. She was older than me by like 1 year, and she was really good. She was like a really good friend. So at that time, I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun, because it was a sleepover with all the rest of my friends and her sisters, and things like that. So I felt good about myself, so I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be the best sleepover ever. No interruptions, no bad things, because that whole week was bad and horrible. And I thought, well, this weekend is gonna change. So I fell asleep on a second scary movie, and I woke up in a room, and I was like, okay, where the heck, not this. I was like, where the heck am I? And he looked at, you say it again, I will slap you. Anyways, sorry about that. She's just talking about the, anyways, I was like, where am I? And I was in the bathroom with her dad. So I was just sitting there like stupid, and I was like, what's going on? And at that time, I thought I was gonna die, because of course I'm the overdramatic girl. So I looked at him and he tried to unbutton his pants. I ended up I almost broke the door trying to get out the door. And he said he was just fixing his pants. I didn't believe that. So I told them I wanted to leave the sleepover. They said that was fine because something's wrong with their dad right now. And then a week later, it was another sleepover because their dad made another sleep. Wow, I was so close. Their dad said they wanted another sleepover and they wanted to invite everyone. So, of course, I kind of didn't want to go, but my mom kept saying, "Go, girl, ain't nothing gonna happen to you." So, of course, I just went because my mom being so annoying, as she is. Well, I'm not gonna say it like that, but, you know. Dude! Anyways. Sorry about the stupid background. My sister's being really stupid. Anyways. Shut up, Heaven. Anyways, I was just sitting there confused as ever, like, why am I here? But there were some different girls here, and they looked like really buff, like really, really buff. And I was kind of scared because why would I welcome to a party with a 30-year-old man and girls that are way older than me and really big? Like, what's the point in it? So Elizabeth was like, "What's going on?" And he didn't know we were coming early, so he was like, "Oh dang!" And the girls, they of course they had to run out, but I told them you ain't going anywhere, and they ended up had to stay there. And then he said, of course, he was cheating on Elizabeth's mother. So Elizabeth ran into her room, and all of her friends went, including me. And I said it was okay. I said, your dad, I knew he was crazy and something was wrong with him. So she said, am I at the end? Oh, wow, I'm at the end. Wait, so why I still say stage 42? And they say it's like I'm at stage 42 out of... Wait, am I supposed to... oh, it's an invisible little whiny. I didn't even see that. Anyways, so I told her dad was crazy, and of course she was like, I know he's crazy. He's like really crazy. That's why I always told you to stay away from him. And I was like, what? So of course she started talking about how he's crazy and stuff like that, and he probably gonna do something bad to me like all the other dudes probably tried to. I was just sitting there like, what? So after that, I ended up wanting to go home. So I called my mom and, well, I went home. And at that time, I was really sick and tired of all these crazy men and crazy friends and crazy everyone. So I was thinking of doing something really bad, but I ended up stopping to get it. I will not say it because it's just disturbingly bad. So anyways, I went on with my day with my mom, and we had the best time ever, like better than the sleepover because the sleepover was crazy. So I ended up cooking with my mom, and I was surprisingly, I thought it was bad because she burnt the bread and she burnt the chicken, which was pretty funny, but she made some more and it was pretty good. So, of course, I was sitting there like, Mom, you are a funny lady. And she was like, I know I am. You ain't know who I got it from? And I was like, who? And I was hoping she didn't say that because my dad left her. And he did it because he was crazy. Like all the other dads that I was talking about. Oh, that's spelled LOL, okay. I thought it spelled love. I'm so funny. Anyways, she was like, I got it from your dad. And I was like, oh my God, why would you say that? So I had to act sarcastic. So I was like, yeah, you got it from my dad, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, she was laughing, just continuously laughing. So I was like, Mom, what's so funny? And she said, shh, shh. And I was like, what? And then she stopped laughing. And all of a sudden, the lights turned off. Oh, God, that's when I thought I was going to die, literally, because why the lights turned off randomly? She said it was a blackout, but it was no blackout. I heard Mom was right beside me, so it couldn't have been her, and nobody else was in the house but me and her. So I went over there and tried to turn the lights on, but of course they were damaged. So I started panicking and said, "Mom, we're gonna die," and she said, "No, we're not." And of course, I'm over there still panicking, and then she told me to shush before I give out the secret. So I whispered, "What secret?" And she was like, "Nothing." And I was just like, "Okay, Mom, yeah, no secrets." So of course she went on to go turn on the. Oh my God, I can't skip another stage. I just bought one of those, and I'm not buying another one. Anyways, she bro, my jump button ain't working. Anyways, she told me to stay inside and go lock myself in a bathroom. So of course that's what I did, because I was planning on locking myself in something anyway. And I thought he was just floating or something. Anyways, as I locked myself in the bathroom, I hear a lot of things around me, like a lot. Like I was in the city at the time, and I was in New York, and I thought everyone's crazy, including my mom, which she wasn't. She was not crazy. So she was just, I don't know, she was acting strange after she went outside, and I was just like, "Mom, are you okay?" And she was like, "Honey, I'm fine, this, that, blah, blah." And that, okay, man, okay, that's totes fine. So I was just like, I will sit here and wait on you. But she was already inside. And then I heard some man from behind the window that I was standing at, and he screamed, "Where your mama at?" And then I looked back and I screamed, and the window wasn't closed, so I had to close it in quickly because he started trying to get in the window, so I slammed his fingers in and he fell. I called the cops again, and it turns out they didn't do a thing. They said, "We're gonna be there in an hour." And I kept telling them, "There's a man outside trying to break in the house." And they kept saying, "We're gonna be there in half an hour or an hour." And I was pretty mad, so I started screaming. And at that time I was 10, okay? 10 with all that stuff going on in my life. Really? I was like a city girl, but like I don't even know how to say it, but whatever. I made it finally. So at that time I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it to life. And of course my mom was still outside trying to fix the lights, and then she called me because luckily she had her phone out, and she was like, try to turn on lights. And I turned them on, and they were perfect, and the man ended up running away. I told her that what happened, and the police came out, and I was like, "Oh my flipping God." So she said I better not curse, but of course I didn't curse because of my last time a kid. Wow. Okay. Wow. Sorry about everything, okay? Because this is just above and beyond. So I really want to skip stage, but I don't have any more Robux because I use them all on freaking playing Bloxburg all the time. And then I kept trying to make all these private servers. I should have just made a video when I had the Robux so I could do stuff, and I should have changed my avatar. But oh, would you look at that? I already did, and then I noticed I couldn't crouch anything when I was playing games. So I just stopped and used up all my Robux on random things. And so I was like, "Mom, I don't think I'm gonna make it through life without somebody trying to kidnap or rape me." So I was just like, "Mommy, maybe I'm just the prettiest girl." And she started laughing, and I was like, "What's so funny?" And she was like, "You said you're the prettiest girl." And oh, sorry guys, like for part 2.